So looking at this video, I can tell I look tired and I need a haircut and a shave. And I don't usually like to be presented like this, but at the same time, it's time to talk. It's it's time to talk while I still have these ideas, while I still have these thoughts, and so I don't lose these thoughts. And when it comes to cultivating new ideas, every once in a while, something that happened that just had me thinking for a long time. It had me, you know, new ideas sprouting from one situation for a long time, and that is what's happening with this entire Kanye West thing that happened recently, about 2 or 3 weeks now, when he wore the MAGA hat when he made his Trump tweets and everything else, and everybody should know, I'm a big fan and supporter of Kanye West, and uh, some of the very expected reactions that you get from uh, both, you know, quote unquote, liberal, famous people and right wing shills and the media, and how they want to control people's thoughts, and their bid to control people's thoughts, upset me. But didn't get me too upset. But just when you know what's going on, it becomes that much more frustrating when you see it happening, right? But yeah, I'm just getting back from Romania. I went to uh, Chicago for my grandmother's. Ooh, careful now. For my grandmother's funeral back on the 4th of May, and then I ended up flying out to Romania for a week um, for a reconnaissance mission. What happened, man? All right, am I back yet? All right, am I back yet? All right, so what sounds like it's just gonna have a delay, and it says one watching. So shit, am I watching myself? Is that what the problem is? Am I back yet? All right, so what sounds like it's just gonna have a delay, and it says one watching. So shit, am I watching myself? This is bothering me now. So what I want to do is somehow stop this shit. And let's go back. This is bothering me now. Let's see. So what I want to do is somehow stop this shit. Huh. Settings. Autoplay annotations normal. Cast. I don't want to cast this. I want to stop it altogether, man. So let's go back to the theater mode. This is not a truly live broadcast. It is trailing by, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds. This is not a truly live broadcast. It is trailing by, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds. What I may have to do is cut the volume off. That's what I'm going to do. It is trailing by, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I will cut this shit off, man. All right, so like I said, I'm looking bummy right now. There's some confusion going on with YouTube. I don't completely understand that shit. But now I just have my Google Hangouts up and I think I should be good. I think the point of the matter is do not have YouTube up while you are making the video on YouTube. Okay. We live, we learn. I.e. So about I returned from Romania yesterday. I was in Romania for 1 week. And just like any other travel, this trip grew me just a little bit. You know, getting the chance to see Eastern Europe and some of the history there and understanding the way the government works and just seeing sometimes for me, what's really interesting about travel is just looking at people, right? And realizing how this whole race thing really doesn't even exist. You know, I always say you have, percentage of black people in the world, like truly black African people, and you have a percentage of truly white Caucasian people. Uh, but the majority of people, we're talking probably 90%, is some type of gradation between. You have all these different populations that, you know, very gradually progress from one spectrum to the other, you know. So to get caught up over race is really like is non yeah, it doesn't do anything for us. Um so yeah, the trip to Romania was a good trip. You know, went to Dracula's castle. I was able to, well, I guess the proper name is actually Brand's Castle. Um, but hearing the history and seeing the history of that castle also gave thoughts to me, made me think a little bit more, right? Um, it feels good to be home, even though right now Canada is home, which is not truly where I'm from, but I'm blessed, right? So here I am. I'm a young African American male, I guess, right? I'm a young African American male, and I'm living and working in Canada. I've lived and I've worked in Korea. I've lived and I've worked in Germany. And I've been able to travel all over the country. And to certain countries, I've had extended visits and been able to experience those. And all of these trips grew me, you know. So let's take it to Kanye, because a lot of people are saying that he's changed. I don't think he's really changed, right? I think he's just a smart individual. And smart individuals, when they're presented with new information, if it's information that they can take into account to rectify some of their beliefs, or even if it challenges some of their beliefs, if it's reputable, good information, they're going to take it into account and they're going to maybe use that to form their thoughts. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we're supposed to be doing. This life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And nobody's expecting you to stay the same way all throughout your life. You're supposed to grow. But the real point is when you have a platform, like he has a platform, how do you use your platform? Are you using your platform to promote free thought or to promote thinking or to promote people's personal growth? Or are you just using your platform to make sure that you're going to be okay, that you get paid, to talk about all the things that you're expected to talk about. When you had the platform, Luke from Florida, I know you're criticizing Kanye right now, but when you had the platform, what did you do with it? You didn't do shit. But you're talking pretty intelligent now. You sound like a pretty smart guy. Now that you don't have a platform and nobody cares what you're saying. So you did exactly what you were supposed to do. You cooned. But nobody's calling you out for cooning. And I'm not even calling you out for cooning. You got your money. That's good. Now sit down and be quiet. You took advantage of the system. Now you can sit down and be quiet. So the media is trying to get all these different black male entertainers to demean or tear down Kanye West. And very few are actually biting on that, right? Most of them, they're kind of talking sideways. They can't come straight out because they're afraid to side with him. So they can't come straight out and do that, you know, which is why I have respect. I mean, not like agree with Colin Kaepernick, but I have respect for him because he really believes in what he's saying. And, he did something that was Kanye-esque, which is step out and say what he's thinking in the moment, even though it could possibly harm, his career. That's true counterculturalism. And most entertainers are too afraid to do that. They're too afraid to do it. So kudos to him. Um, and then you have persons like Ebro, who honestly, I think it's obvious that he is a shill. He's a fake. He's a phony, right? And that he has some other motivation. He's either being paid or something um, to promote a anti-Trump message, right? It might be his boss, his handlers, but it's obvious with him. I very sincerely doubt that he's sincere in the way that he feels about anything. One, well, I don't want to make this about you, bro. Let's just put it. If anybody comes on the show and they don't fucking tear down Kanye, then he'll hop in and he'll start talking over them to make it worse. Um, make what they're saying worse than what they're really saying. Right? So if they go 10% against Kanye, he's gonna hop over it and start talking for him and make it sound like they're 30% against Kanye. You know what I mean? And it's obvious to anybody who's a non-biased, um, observer, right? It's obvious that that's what's happening. So it's around 4 o'clock. I'm a little bit tired, right? But I'm not in any way not lucid right now, right? I will tell you, flying through 5 or 6 different time zones over multiple days will make you sound and look very tired. And I have my barber appointment lined up for Wednesday. I'm trying to keep it as close to a normal barber appointment as possible. All right, I'll get that taken care of. And the seasons are changing now, so I have to get a more summery wardrobe, no doubt. So we'll make that happen. Um, Let's see. The idea that you know something, it's just that. It's just an idea. You know, that's the biggest thing to remember is what you think you know. I don't care how deeply or how ingrained you think a thought is, you don't know that to be 100% true. Talking about your most deep seated beliefs.